We're just gonna wait for a few more minutes. And I did configure my bot to I did configure my text-to-speech lady to not speak out the starting message and all the bot streaming element bot message. I think it will work for today's stream now. So, what is up, everyone? Hope you have a wonderful Thursday. This is me, Zui, your friendly neighborhood Vietnamese, as always. How are you guys doing today? Okay. Might need to do it like this. Oh, there's like a... okay. Whatever. But regardless, we'll tell the YouTube DJ to hit up with another Asian music playlist, like so. There's one Asian artist called that I often listen to called Kitaro, but well, it's obviously copyrighted, and I would have to use game music instead. It's sad that it has to be that way, but still, I don't want to my channel to be get hit by copyright unless it's unnecessary. So in the last stream we did a lot. I think we did a lot because we invaded the. Probably the music is a bit too loud. We invaded, quote-unquote invade, but I would call it a special military operation against the Bengalis. Well, they were being hostile to me first, so I mean, it's just a simple matter of fact that you're hostile to me, you're bound to be destroyed. But regardless, the war has been done, and we managed to seize a lot of their territories, and I'm also in the process of annexing one of my vassals. And my spy got discovered by Ottoman, but regardless, the Turkish Empire. Although it has been a great concern for me because my printing press thing doesn't spread. In the last episode as well, it just stopped spreading for some reason. Even though it's quite present here, but it doesn't seem to spread anywhere else. That is a great concern. Wonder if like a bug or something. But instead we are just watching the used to be a Timurid Empire. Currently right now is collapsing. But want to stop the spy on Ottomans. Instead we spy on Milan instead. Milan, I mean. And I'm also in the process of annexing one vassal, and we're currently heading to a civil war, but I digress, it might be interesting. And yeah, it doesn't seem to read the bot message anymore. But feel free to leave a chat on my chat on my chat window to let me check if the bot will still read your message instead. How about that? And we're about to wage a war against Brunei. I think it's a pretty good spare time for us. Because the Bruneian, after the Bengalis war, the Tondoan went to war against their rivals, the Red Philippines over here. They went to war with each other, and Brunei seems to be their ally. Yeah, they are their ally. So they joined the war, and in the process, the Bruneians also royal marriage with the Vagina Empire, but the Vagina is allied with Tondoan, so they joined their offensive war, and in turns make the Vagina kingdom Bruneian's enemy now. So it's like a moment of betrayal, probably. Not probably, but you know, it's like a moment of betrayal. And meanwhile, in the process, I'm still making money to prepare myself for the next war. That's the whole gist of today's episode. And our truce with the Great Ming also expired, so we might wanna do another northern invasion today, but later on today, but deeper into the Ming's heartland. And yeah, that is the whole episode today. Music ended in a high note. And in the process, I'm also transporting just a little bit of troop to the Bruneian border. Or they probably they wouldn't know what plan I'm having for them. Regardless, it's the audio issue, okay? Probably it's okay, but I need your confirmation. Also, if anyone happened to join, I think
Stream elements.
Oh, there we go.
Dewey Hung 2H is now live. Streaming
Still
Europa
reading that,
Universalis
stream
4.
elements
Playing
message,
my
though.
own country. History
Very
banter.
weird.
New alert. New TTS.
Even though I blacklisted it. Or at least put it to surf on text only. Very weird. Let me do something. It wouldn't quite read my message instead, but seemed to read that stream element message for some reason. Right, but we'll move on. As you can probably tell, you can say hello to my chat below, so I can know if the stream is working or is my voice text to speech element working. But I will preemptively put my fleet on there, so I could blockade them first. Hello, Rasnat for coming to my channel. Are you there? Please say a hello to me.
Hi.
Hey, Phil, welcome back to my channel. Yeah, hello. Hey, how is that feel over in Sorry if I mistake you over in Korea again, but you should be Malaysian, right? Welcome back to my channel. Hope you enjoy your stay. And how is it in Malaysia? Let me know. I think it's pretty good now. My bot, I have unlocked some special improvement to my bot, and they can spot if someone is in my channel now, so I can interact with them. I think it's a pretty good way to know if someone need to interact, because essentially they wouldn't say anything but check out channels from time to time. But I need to, you know, the rules of conversation is you have to start it first. So yeah, how's it going, Phil? Hope you're having a good time. But for now, for now in this gameplay, I'm just putting my troops over on Bruneian's border. For nothing, for no specific ulterior reason at all. I would say it's just for peacekeeping. But they wouldn't notice that I have a special military operation that we are gonna have in mind. But then after that, I do have some plan to pull my troop over to the main border and invade them. Just not really invade them. Just gonna have a little bit of border advancement, so to say. But regardless, hope your day has been fine. Talking a little bit, I mean the Ming used to invade Vietnam for maybe one time or two times, I don't know. But you know, according to Chinese history, almost all Chinese dynasty tends to invade the Vietnamese. So it's like a way to pay back for what they have done to my kingdom. I think I have a weird accent today, but I could enjoy it. It's not like it's like I'm experimenting. For the Japanese, I don't think they will. I could be a good ally with them because they're still struggling against their rival Ochi. Even though this is the Yamato, right? This is a Yamato shogunate. Historically, I think the what was it? The Tokugawa can unite the whole Japanese, right? I mean, from what I've recorded in my memory, the Tokugawa united the Sengoku period. And there's a little bit of a event that happened over here in Nif as well. They seem to having a little bit of their payback. Well, the Japanese kind of freed Camp Shadow out, and we're seeing another payback from the Nif against the Camp Shadow, even though they used to rule over them for quite some years. Hey, Maskis, thanks and welcome to my channel. Hope you enjoy your stay. And we're playing just a game called EU4, and as you can see, it's really related to world history, but it isn't in the terms that you know, world history isn't what it used to be. But regardless, hope you enjoy your stay here. And I don't know if one user join might come from my Twitch or my YouTube, but regardless, I'll just address to both of my channel. We're just having a really just really peaceful moment over here. I'm just gonna spectate over the war between my ally Tundran and the Magudiano. I don't know how to pronounce them, but while they're having their little war, I would like to help my ally out. In a term that I'm having not a really sinister plan at all, that I'm camping my troops over in the Bruneian borders. Brunei is also allied to them, so we might wanna put some force into the red Philippines border, so to say. Regardless, also there are some nations just released Punjab out, so it's really cool. And in one of the Indian region, I do know Punjab. I have a fair share of Punjabi memes in the past. But what's Punjab? It seems like they got fully annexed by that peace deal. And I haven't noticed it. But rest in peace, Punjabis. Have been nice knowing you. But I digress. Seems like if they haven't struggled enough, their nation just went into a regency. Very nice. Very interesting, I would say. Not really nice. My condolences to them. But in this channel, we often not really we don't really play the game, so to say, but we do have a lot of chat with each other about history and stuff like that. Think of it like a channel that I used to watch called what is it again? Conquering History Game. Yeah, I remember him now. His channel is called Conquering History Game, and he used to play games, history games like Hearts of Iron 4 and Victoria or something like that. But he also commented in the background talking about history and stuff, and often banter with his viewers. So I'm just copying his style mostly, but you know what I mean. So Mark Sings, tell me where you're from, and I might banter with you about your cultures and history. I mean, maybe I'm already talking about my own country history enough, and I wouldn't. One of my dislikes is I would like to not repeat myself again. So if I already banter about the beginning of Vietnamese history, it already has been done, so I wouldn't banter about it again. Because that I often have interesting trivia when it comes to sometimes it comes to my mind. Well, right now we are just doing a little bit of transport. I mean, over to their borders. I would like them to open the port. If during war they would open the port manually, and right now I would have to pay a fee for it. But well, and we often also roleplay here on my channel. Oh, and we will just not sorry, we'll just not use their fort here, but I will go to my vassal's port instead. And they're also my tributary. I just noticed. I did release another nation. I think they are my vassals, but they're my vassals. But this one is my tributary. And speaking about tributary, maybe I can ask some of them more money. But I just established a new tributary to Ayutthaya. If you don't know, Ayutthaya turns to be one province minor now. I feel sorry for them, but it's my this like my condolences to Ayutthaya, because I want to preserve that nation. Well, speaking hypothetically. But will not be that less of a greedy, but will demand them some cash like that. Like so, they do have some money to spare if they don't mind, right? What's like another great Asian? I think I do play some fair share of Asian games before, but. Well, I knew that I need to have a look. Some of their OST doesn't even get uploaded to YouTube, or I might need to search it up rigorously. I'm also building my fair share markets here and there. Yeah, soon it will happen. What nation is this? Oh, they are also my vassals, really? And yeah, they are my vassals for here, so they do also have another accident. Interesting to just have a vassal like that. But I digress. Probably it's invasion time. I do have a lot of money to spare, and probably I'm ready enough for another invasion. So we'll save our game like so. You're good, Phil. Sorry that I repeat myself, but I would like to hear more from you, Phil. Just gonna name it war like this. Oh, there's another alliance breaking for some reason. I need to check on that. The black money seems to be really against me for some reason. I like to his rival, I see. Maybe I will raise his trust up with me. That's the only way to well, maybe I'll take care of the debt. There are many ways to take care of them. But yeah, hope that, and good to see, good to hear that you are good, Phil. Also, it doesn't seem that, yeah, there we
Phil.
go.
I good.
I might need some time to refocus on my text-to-speech program. But hey, 01LR, welcome to my channel, and I hope you enjoy your stay. As you can tell, I'm playing a game called EU4, and you know we also explain all the jazz. We're a historical game channel, so I often banter about my viewers from a perspective of world history. So I'm also pleased to hear what nation you might be from, 01 Ella, and I would like to talk more to you about what history and cultures and stuff like that. But right now, my only bet to probably solve the alliance between me and Back Money, probably gonna raise the trust up a little bit. Maybe it will solve it. Yeah, there we go. Oh, we might want to pay that up, but it comes later. But regardless, 01 L, I hope you enjoy your stay. We'll start the war, I think. Although there has been distraction, but we'll start the war now. Sorry, I might just need to drink some more water. Yeah, and we'll start the war preemptively against them. I do have two claim province, so we'll start either way. And it seems like Maggie do not know wouldn't even join in for some reason, but it'll be just between me and Brunei. Even though I wouldn't mind if they join, because I could conquer. I mean, I could help my ally turn one out. Don't have any interior motives here, but I will start our special military operation against the Bengali. I mean, against the Bruneian. Sorry, there was a viewer from Brunei, if I recall. His name was SFW, but I I unabbreviate his name, calling him Sang Fa Wang. A little bit sound a little bit more Chinese that way. But SFW, he was a Bruneian viewer, so my condolences that I'm doing this to his nation. What land do I need to take? Sarawak. I will check the diplomatic mode. I do have this as my claim, so just need to choose either one or two. But this one, because it's like a really good globe resource over here, and it's one of their capital, so we will reduce the war score that way if we choose it as a war goal. And yeah, we started the war, and I just like to say, no hard feelings, SFW will invade his capital like this. It'll be very ironic if I let SFW as my charging general over here. Yes. We'll just split our armies up like this. I mean, this is like a really dangerous zone, so I need to limit my attrition up. Lost the effect of exhausted manpower, okay. This boost, so I wouldn't mind that much, but I will split our armies like so. I mean, I also have influence ideas, so I don't mind keeping some of my vassals up, I would say. As long as they don't take a much diplomatic relation slot, but doesn't seem to be a problem with this mod, I would say, because you do unlock some special estate privilege called after strong duchies, you would unlock very strong duchies, and extremely strong duchies, you would raise your influence level up though. But with that privilege, it often keeps you having a good diplomatic relation number. So that's just the whole mechanic why I have a lot of diplomatic relation like this. But apart from that, I would like to take something that... Sorry. I would like to take something that will higher my loyalty. Like we might only have one monopoly left, so I might need to choose that. Even though that might affect my economy a bit. But I might can even just face them like this. Probably it would be okay. They're in a special terrain that will have minus dice roll for attackers, but whatever. We're just gonna help our ally out a little bit by liberating this province. Hey, Digital Instinct. Welcome to my channel. Hope you enjoy your stay, even though you might just surfing to Twitch or YouTube, right? But regardless, hope you enjoy your stay. Hope my text-to-speech still read your message out loud, though you might want to test it from time to time by saying hello to me in the chat. Damn it. It's nothing, but it seems like there's some special stuff, the punitive war that we used to heard from before. Look at this nice border guard right here, but the punitive war against the Timurids was surprisingly started by the Crimean Khanate. Let me drink some water. So yeah, surprisingly for all the people, it was led by a Crimean Khanate. So it seems like that's some really nice Timurid explosion right here. You don't see it from, don't see it, but you only see it from time to time. You don't always see it. It seems like Sistan is now big, and interestingly, Sistan was used to be. It seems like they released Sistan. And their independence is now guaranteed by Crimea. But Sistan used to be one of the Timurids vassal. Probably they got annexed. Kerman, interesting flag they have. But all of them have all of them are Sunni anyway. Just like different Sunni being enemy to each other. They give them Afghanistan. I swear to God, I haven't seen Afghanistan form before, so this might be new. And they got guaranteed by Crimea. It seems like Crimea has a lot of responsibility to everyone over here. Beautiful border, I know, Phil. It cannot be more beautiful, right?
Phil. Beautiful border.
Very beautiful indeed. But small state, small Islamic state here and there. But also, that's Afghanistan. And as you can probably tell, no nation can probably invade Afghanistan. They also expect their idea group to be defensive anyway, so you can expect you can expect Afghanistan to be more defensive, and no nation can properly invade them. Speaking of with the concept of the game, people can still invade Afghanistan and probably kill them, but I digress. I might want to have a wishful thinking for them. That's a joke that people often have. It's like Afghanistan is like a graveyard of empires. So the British used to invade Afghanistan, the Russian used to invade Afghanistan, the USA used to invade Afghanistan, but they tend to fail, honestly. I guess I'm just gonna stop my tab border like this. Also, interestingly, printing fest is haven't spread in my country, and it tends to stay that way. For some reason, I might need to discover some of the European land, so maybe my printing fest will start spreading. It seems like the coast of Chile is also colonized by Portugal. So we're just gonna window sightseeing like this. We're just gonna sightseeing on their country up, but we wouldn't have any interior motives at all. If only there wasn't this island over here in the Peru coast. Probably in Ecuador coast, not Peru. Sorry, but we might probably want to have a little outpost in the Ecuadorian coast. Seems like even though the key Greece wants to be a Transionia. Sorry. Even though he's pretty big, his size might be comparable to Russia. He still seems to be. It seems that he's still possible. It's still possible for him to rival the once greater Timurid. And the Timurid land over here is now Nafta Emirate. Interesting. One more Islamic state over here as well. But it seems like they still have small pockets of land somewhere over here. It seems like my Twitch just stopped loading for some reason. So I might need to refresh my Twitch. Let me know if my stream is still live. I would really appreciate it. Very interesting that you can see concurrent viewer in here. And most of the time people would not interact with the chat, so you might want to start engaging conversation with them first. That's what I learned, I think. So welcome to all the four pupils who are currently watching this channel. Probably both Twitch and YouTube would be accounted, but regardless, hello. It seems like my Twitch is lagging behind. Probably there would be some problem in my end. But we'll continue on. It's just Twitch, not YouTube, so. Socotra have an interesting flag back there. He's Coptic as well. Seems like let me check the religion map mode. Coptic seem to be still a dominant religion, but Yemeni is a lot of nations like Yemeni and Azerbaijan is conquering some of the Coptic province. Used to be great, but not anymore. Hindu is still a dominant religion over here. But even though Bengal. It seems interesting to me, right? But well, wasn't Bengali starting religion wasn't Hindu? I mean, it should be Sunni, right? But it seems like most of their land is Hindu for some reason. But from what you have seen in the map mode, it seems like all of the Indian continent is Hindu instead. But well, some of the nation's main religion is not even Hindu, except from the Vagina kingdom over here. I just call them Vagina. Excuse me. Regardless, let me check my chat from time to time. This jungle, so I might want to just put my troop in there. It's no big deal. It seems like they have nowhere else to go, but they are moving somewhere. Where to Kutai? And I can move to Kutai actually. And I will arrive there on 22. Meanwhile, he will arrive there in 29. So probably he might stop, yeah. And their siege is probably siege, so we'll move on. Probably they will surrender soon. It's just that they don't have any chance, but I'll give them. I'm not giving him some chance, but we just might want to end it as soon as possible because I want to move on to the Ming, and the Ming invasion will be the mainstream will be the main main topic of today's stream. Just want to support our fleet like this, very fast like here. We also are concentrating on colonizing as well, but I want to discover this outpost first before we send some Vietnamese troop into it. I still need to reload my Twitch for some reason. But I mean, for games like this, you always I think it's always interesting that games like this are where you of atrocity that we did in the past. So it's just a game, but it still fulfills your fantasies, nationalist fantasies, but it also make you as a nationalist aware of some atrocity might happen in the past. So you don't want to repeat the atrocity has been done by the British Empire by venting your roleplay here on here on this game. I can seem to establish tributary with these guys, and I will do so in the future. My borders now are touching with them, and this guy as well. I can have as many tributary as I want, probably with my influence idea. I don't think they will matter even once. They will matter even, they wouldn't complain. So probably I'm just gonna fortify, probably surround this guy. If I manage with him, I don't really care because that will waste one of my slots. I do have a lot of slot for my vassals and my alliance. Mostly the Indian kingdoms, and I think the Indian kingdoms would be unless they wish war upon each other, which I might take some sides, but for now we'll leave it as be. I might choose sides. I don't really have a strong opposition with other religions that much, but I will pick sides when it comes to another Indian Civil War. I mean, I think we are role-playing as the world police, but over in India instead. my rating among the great powers that I'm number 6 currently. I wouldn't mind staying at number 6, but we might advance more in the future. I only have one 3 institution embraced because I don't know why printing press haven't spread it yet. I might even need to develop printing press like in other provinces so I could embrace them that way. So sadly we'll have to be like that, I think. It seems like for some reason that some of my troops here now, it seems that they have stopped the war. It seems like Brunei just, even though I haven't got any notification, because I haven't picked them as an interesting nation. But it seems like they surrendered against probably the Tonduan. And so they might wipe peace out because I haven't seen any of their lands being taken. So probably I'm just gonna pull my troop over here, trying to surround them as possible, if it's possible. Hey, Lutz, welcome to my channel. Hope you enjoy your stay. Let me know if you are from Twitch or YouTube, and say a little bit hi to me. We are playing a game called EU4, and we're in the process of integrating the Bruneian, to my Vietnamese empire. But we're often a channel that discuss history, not just gameplay. That we're often banter about both history and culture. So if you're free to let me know, if you're free, please let me know what nation you might be from, and I might talk a little bit more about your nation's history and culture. Or at least check if I have any knowledge of your history and culture anyways. And I'll probably sell more ships to the Zulu. And I kind of forgot. Yeah, because my nation is at war. And I might need to pull my ships back. But they wouldn't make it, but I wouldn't. Hey, Kwa. Don't know how to pronounce your name, but welcome to my channel. Hope you enjoy your stay here. Hey, Shy Puff. I think that name is kind of... Yeah, but welcome to my channel. You enjoy your stay. Probably most of you are like the first viewer here, so I need to strike a conversation with you if you don't really feel that uncomfortable. But please chat with me and let me know about your world cultures and history. And I would like to hear all of you from around the world. And probably you will also feel... my knowledge up a little bit. Just share with me your nation's culture and history. The Vagina Empire is also assisting me over here, but quote-unquote assisting anyway. But probably I will just preemptively occupy all their coastline like this. Well, if they don't mind anyway. Colonial Ventures, one of the random events. Let me see. With the discovery of the New World, we have entered what looks like our greatest period of prosperity, despite the immense wealth returning to us, allowing our king, right? Yeah, the Qing dynasty, to finance one of the most outstanding armies in the world. We have not been successful in creating a strong naval force. Lies. It's pretty much a lie. As you can see, our naval force is probably one of the strongest in the world. But I digress. And his attempt to conquer the neighboring states that so far failed miserably. Also, I would say it's alive for now. But we have two choices: to invest in the naval force or abandon the idea of naval supremacy. It all seems pretty negative, and we'll invest in a naval force. Why not? Just to lower my technology research. Though it's ahead of time for 4 years, we might just need to wait 4 years then. But I cannot seem to embrace printing press, so it has been a huge complaint to me, but what else can you do? Maybe you can develop Fan Thiet up. Maybe. But yeah, it seems like probably a bug. Or we might have to wait until the 1700, but who the hell can wait for that? But it seems like our nations have a little bit of nerve as of right now. Seems like wasteland over there. So we just move on after this. Take over the whole coastline and probably encircle this troop up. Like so. I think it's all well and dandy. We are circling their troop and they have no idea. Typical with a computer player. This is why I think playing a multiplayer could be more interesting. But a multiplayer, we need to have a bit of a setup for games like EU4. Romantic will be declined for now. I never attrition. I'm doing my best to move my fleet away, but it seems like they wouldn't make it. Treasure field just arrived from Australia. The so-called Australia, now called Oplopdia in Vietnamese language. I think for Australia, I mean, they are from pretty much a new nation, right? You don't really know what kind of a thing. Although it seems like my Australian protectorate is suffering from invading the native they are losing for some reason. I want to invest in them a little bit so they could win the war. So I will do my best to give them something, subsidized army. But it seems like if they are like a private enterprise, you cannot subsidize their army. Which is very unfortunate, although it doesn't. It's just a stupid game rule, but obviously real life wouldn't work like that. It seems like Portugal is also invading over here. It seems like Portuguese is also in the future. Will be rivals. So to say, the Portuguese is racing against me with their Portuguese colonization of Australia. So that's really cursed, right? The Portuguese going to Australia, but it's already I feel like cursed enough for the British to arrive to Australia in our timeline. Our golden era just ended, but we enjoyed why it lasts, you know. Portugal accepted peace, so they will cede land to Portugal. We might need to probably invade them, like probably start a war. I just want to build some of the fortress up. So for example, I'm building some road and waterways in New Nha Trang. And we might need to fortify this region more before we can probably start some invasion against the natives. Just quietly integrate their land in a peaceful manner. If they don't accept it, we will do a little bit of a special military operation. You know, just usual things. Hi, True Fallen Redeemer. Thanks for checking my channel out. I hope you enjoy your stay. We are playing Dai Viet. My Vietnamese history is not really fashion now, but I will try my best as also a Vietnamese player. But we also went through Vietnamese history in the past, so I don't know if I should went into it again. But if we're talking about Vietnamese history, then you might want to let me know what kind of period that you would like to hear the most from me, because I might have a knowledge about all the Vietnamese period. So you might want to ask me what kind of period that I want to discuss things with you. Also, not just Vietnam, but we also talk about different history, world history in general. So you can, if you can let me know where you might be from, I would be interested to know more about your nation's history, or I would even discuss it with you. So we'll continue our a little bit of fleet exploration right here, and we'd like to establish some kind of outpost over here in the Galapagos Island, although we can change the name up to something a little bit more Vietnamese. But probably we'll head to Atlantic South America, like so. I might need to refresh my YouTube playlist, or they are lacking at this moment. Yeah, you need to click on loop playlist all the time, I feel like, for them to work. But I might be close to streaming for an hour. Could take a break here and there, but I feel like I don't really need to take a break when I'm still going like this. And I often stream about 3 hours anyway, so I don't even need to take a break. I can just take a break when I end the stream. And hey, Julie G PM22, welcome to my channel. Hope you enjoy your stay. As you can see, of the like beforehand, I'm not just a channel that play games. I often discuss about things with my chat. And we'll keep the chat interactive that way. Hope you don't mind to let me know what nation you might be from, and I think it's a great conversation piece that we can start. And I will discuss not just about history, but also about culture as well. I'm not a historian per se, but I'm always thrilled to learn more. And history is like my favorite subject anyway. No, not really my favorite subject, but what culture and history probably I would like to know more, you know. It's like my pastime. Also, I do have some plan for this channel going forward. I think I already mentioned this in before, but yeah, probably I'm just a little bit lazy, because I do have real life schedule and stuff. Well, after this period though, so I might stop updating. But if you leave me some support, then I might have more motivation to do it. I think a lot of people just come here and doesn't chat, right? They're just browsing the Twitch categories or YouTube categories, and probably they misclick here and there. But regardless, I hope you enjoy your stay. I think it's an interesting thing to also look at your username and figure out where you might be from as well. But I digress. I think it's high time for me to start attacking this insurgent over here. And hey, Surgeon Baumia, welcome to my channel, and I hope you enjoy your stay. If you have noticed already, I'm not really a gameplay channel, and I often enjoy talking to my viewers. We could just label in the Twitch session just chatting instead of a game like this, but you know, I really enjoy this because about history and not really politics, but often just history and cultures with you. Hope you don't mind, and any viewers, you can let me know what nation you might be from. We'll start our little assault over here. I think I'm ready for it. Well, we'll see a beautiful engagement indeed. Even though it might be a little bit disadvantaged for me. But I think we do have the technology. Our technology is better than them. They are 13 and we're 13, so we're close. Also, I seem to improve my estate agenda failed, unfortunately. But it seems like I've also did some bidding with Shaki. It doesn't seem like I need that anymore, so we'll stop the relation improvement. Maybe we're gonna ask something out of them. Maybe we will trade for more trust. Yeah, well, we'll trade for more trust with the Shaki. I don't know. I think it's still a good idea to befriend all of them, but maybe they don't want to start a war, because I would be maybe a lot of the Indian nation. They seem to be a really balanced power with along with each other, right? Seems like every nation seems to be have an equal power balance towards each other. So if one of them start a war against each other, and probably I would probably I would side with the defending side. So probably they would be scared to engage any war over here. Although I doubt that I would be that smart to know that I might be prevent them from doing that. But we'll keep our eyes on the Bengalis, because they're one of the aggressors that expanded over, to a lot of territories, and I have some border dispute with them in the past. Tenochtitlan clan, which is Aztec, is now being besieged by Spain. Interestingly, that's a lot of lands being ceded to Castile. And new Castile over here just gonna grow more, from what it seems. Don't know if I wanna even contest that. Probably not. I just focus my plan on the Australian mainland, and probably here. Probably some Iceland over here and there that I wouldn't form like a colonial nation. Or I might want to start in Alaska. I think trade over here should flow into Asia. Well, at least trade over here, trade over in California will flow over to Asia. Although it might not seem that to be the case. Well, it flows to Japan, so it might benefit the whole Asian nation, but not me specifically. Or we could establish a collecting trade node in here, but seems to be a little bit far-fetched, I would say. But interestingly, I mean, Empire over time they don't have really like a fixed route like this, fixed trade route like this. As you can see, a lot of trade before kind of flows to China instead of Europe in the game, right? But this game is so Eurocentric. I think they could fix that in the later version of the game, Victorum Universalis 5, if they manage to develop that. they might want to add some thing like a dynamic trade route. So for for certain reason, trade could flow like it could flow to two different directions, right? Well, if you have enough of an influence, then maybe you can establish dynamic trade. But I digress. It would be like an interesting feature, as if a trader was hard enough to understand in this game anyway. But I still want that feature to exist. Yeah. Well done, my friend. But we'll march on. Where were they supposed to go? But somewhere around here, so I can chase them down like this. I feel like. Always good to maybe perform some war crimes here and there. But it's just a game. I wouldn't say I feel bad for the pixelated people. Oh, I do have an Iceland over here as well. Very interesting. But maybe I will also shift my focus to solve the Iceland chain over here, as you can see. This the Parasol Iceland used to be Vietnamese, but now Chinese, so I might want to fortify that. And there's a Swartly Iceland, which is owned by a lot of nations. The Swartly also as well, but some of our Iceland got overtaken by the Chinese in earlier history. Seems like there's an error to my Twitch layout, so I might need to refresh it. Yeah, I think Twitch is a bit a lot laggy recently instead of YouTube. Even though YouTube you can see so many bots. I don't know what's up with the Twitch case, but I haven't seen any bot in Twitch channel before. But I would like to know why is there so many YouTube bots in a lot of YouTube channels. It's not like they have any excuse to let that happen, But in a Twitch case, I think their players are worse compared to YouTube. I mean, they're video players, right? They do have a lot of interaction element on Twitch though compared to YouTube. Even though third party is building a lot of them are buildings to support platforms like YouTube and so. I seem to earn a bit of money here and there, so I will invest it into something. Can leave that money to develop my my monument as well, but I don't have that much monument. Well, aside from Angkor Wat over here, maybe I can develop it up. But it has to be, with a certain religion. Even though I accepted the Buddhist religion, but you have to be mainly Buddhist to enjoy the boons, I feel like. Looks like one of the event here that will make me lose stability. We just lose a little bit of naval tradition there. I think it won't not matter that much. We already have a lot. Hi, OAX2, welcome to my channel. Hope you enjoy your stay. Cabin, we'll pick this option, I think. We'll pick this option, yeah. I've already enjoyed Well, that's a lot of tropical region, so I've already enjoyed my attrition long enough. So probably I will pull my troop out. It seems like my pet cat is he seems to want something. But oftentimes he just meow like that. Probably, yeah, I think, from my experience in handling a cat, they often just call out like that to maybe call some of the other cats. So it's not really that your cats want something, although it might want something. It will meow in a different way, but I'm so used to them meow like that, so I might predict that they might just want to call other cats. You know, as if I'm not a cat already, I should know that fact. Wink, wink. But yeah, you don't. For most of the reason, I don't want to interrupt the stream. It doesn't seem that I'm at war with them, so we'll leave them be for now. Yeah. And hey, Dr. Bootsy, welcome back to my channel. Hope you enjoy your stay, and hope that we can have more interaction with each other again. Dr. Bootsy from Canada. And hope and glad to see that you came back to my channel. Hope you enjoy your stay again. As you can see now, I'm just quietly start my invasion against whole Brunei. And sorry for SFW, one of my Bruneian viewers, that I've done this to his nation. But well, it has to be like that, and we're just gonna establish my trade over here in Malacca a little bit better by having more lands dedicated to me. But I think my job over here is mostly done, so I will transport my troops over. Oh, god damn it, I need to change my posture. But welcome back, Dr. Bussy. Hope you enjoy your stay. Cable management as well, god damn it. It's really good to have like a bot that spell out your name like this, but I think it will clog out the chat, I think, because there's a lot of random viewers that keep coming and go, and they don't really stay around to have a chat, so it might clog the chat a little bit. So I don't know if it's like a good idea going forward. So do let me know if I should keep my things like this. Also, you know, some of the message wouldn't be spelled out, so I have configured my text-to-speech lady to a little bit better like that. But well, regardless, Dr. Percy, hope you enjoy your stay. Oh, they seem to retreat over there, so I might need to chase them down. Do I have a Dr. Bussy? I do have a Bussy, the first here on my ranks, so enjoy that, Dr. Bussy. It's a way to honor the viewers who interact with my channel, as you can already tell. But yeah, most of them should retreat back to here or something. Probably it's alright if I put them over there. So how have you been doing, Dr. Bussy? You're still there? Anything good? Will you celebrate New Year's Eve?
Phil. What do you think about human emotion?
Strange question there, Phil. But what do you think? Please let me know your. Please let me know your answer first, because it might relate to different things. I don't want to misinterpret your question. Like, what do you mean about human emotion here? Do you talk specifically about politics or geography, or probably our different emotions, like how you feel with each other? Yeah, like that will spark like wars and stuff like that, or the like in history, right? If you cannot tell what history is shaped by humans' emotion, because we as a civilization don't want to get conquered by different civilizations, so we might need to form a tribe, and a tribe will expand into a kingdom, and a kingdom will need to fortify their position with the world, and they will need to preemptively invade their neighbors before they get invaded back. So it's all started from humans' emotion. But I digress. What do you think, Phil? Instead, let me know. If we are talking about historical concept anyway, but we can also discuss sociology as well. I don't know. Maybe we'll call them piecing this, and I don't need to engage with them there. That would be some war crime, but I just need to end it now. Sorry about that. Yes, our war goal, so probably nothing will be a trouble if I take it. Hi, Q223, welcome to my channel. Hope you enjoy your stay. I don't know if I should keep explaining what I should do in this channel, but in this channel.
About the social.
About sociology, right? Well, I could think of something.
Phil. The new era.
The new era, you mean politics nowadays, right? I think with the current war in Ukraine, you can always see how the government kind of influenced the social. Like speaking about Vietnam's politics, we also have a little bit bias towards Russian. About Russia, so we often get our news from a Russian source instead of a Western source. Although oftentimes it seems like there's like differences between different news channel and stuff like that. For our state news, they often are pro-Russian instead in this war. But for independence news, they often protect Ukraine instead, and proclaim their sovereignties. But for different news channel, I think that's one thing about politics nowadays. It's that it's kind of volatile if you think about it, because often different news channel can influence their viewers in one different light, so to say. And it just often times it often ties to how should I put it? It often ties to their interests, so to say. So in this new era, you can manipulate others' emotion that well. So you as a viewer and not a politician, you need to at least keep an eye out. If a certain news channel is biased, you can check it out on allsides.media to see if a politics channel is biased, and you can point their bias out, and watch other different channels that some of them could be right-leaning, some of them could be left-leaning, as we call it in Vietnamese, cánh tà or cánh hữu. So to check out if the politics are biased or not, and draw your own conclusion. I think it's always smart to have your own conclusion instead of relying it on news source. And if you're in Russia, it's obviously almost all of your news will be biased towards Russia. So, as a Russian citizen, you might want to watch more Western news and stuff like that to balance your world view. That's just how I'm gonna say about our our sociology according to today's politics. Well, apart
Phil.
from that,
What do you know about new generation politics?
well, I think I just explained that to you, Phil. I think there's a delay between the stream and the chat, right? So, but I'm just gonna say I already explained that. I think it's pretty much on point what you're asking, right? It should probably be on point. What is yeah, as long as I think I can talk about politics just fine, as long as it's not really, bias, or we can keep it civil in the chat. But you can probably see my conclusion on which side I am advocating for the current Ukrainian-Russian war. Is there any nation that I could vassalize with? Probably there isn't. Probably Belarus seems to have 3 provinces, but not too much. I wouldn't mind. Although I could avoid the territories like a plague. According to the trade mode, I just need to take all of this province, so to say. We'll leave this province, so it could be conquered later. Maybe we want to connect this up. I mean, in a way, we'll have a beautiful, borders. Sorry, I think I ate something today, so well, I always eat something, but something it could be more volatile than you might think.
Phil, can't you tell about your story?
I mean, my story about Vietnamese politics, right? As long as it will not get me into trouble, I think I will tell you my side of the story. I think what will I take here? War reparation, transfer trade power. I mean, it's just war reparation. I feel like. Probably we want to take all of this and put the lands over here. Probably the Tuan Ran could want some of this land, so I'll leave him to it. This is occupied by another nation, so I'll leave it be. But that's a lot of aggressive expansion, don't you think? Do you want to just take all of them, or it's not even gonna be a nuisance to me? But if the border is over there, I think it should be beautiful. Probably I will take almost all of it. Well, you can do that, I guess. But seems like Utah will join me on my coalition against me. It's fine anyway. I think it should be fine. I think we'll wait until it's November or December, so our aggressive expansion will get lowered just before then. And so maybe I'll move this one to here, to in place like this. And I move this one to here. Just need to choose a new leader. Q&A. And hey Q&A, thanks 223. Hope you enjoy your stay, but I haven't catch you before, so welcome over here to my channel. Hope you enjoy your stay, and welcome. Just recently just discuss about different topics with my viewers. We're trying to keep it as civilized as possible, but I do enjoy bantering with my viewers at least, and we want to keep the channel interactive. It seems like Ochi gonna ally the Mings. Interesting. And though mostly Japan and China will be against each other. It seems like if I invade the Mings over here, Ochi would join. But I wouldn't mind. But if I ally to Korea in the past like this, and they seem to ally with the Ming, I want to break that. But it seems like a break alliance. Let me check. We're at war, but it seems like I have enough favors. So after this war, I will break the alliance up. We just need to retreat our troops before we do that. Where are the transporting ship? Hello, over here. But you were showing, right? Let's just wait for that. Well, we're already waited enough. Let's just transport the troop over here. This one will have to wait over here. Well, but China guys still having their war, so to say. It's not like there are much land for them to take. I will about to end this war soon. We gained the Castle Bailey against King Cheng as well. Very interesting, even though they are one province mine over here. I plan to make them my tributary. But interesting. We might want to consider that. Hey, someone just followed my channel. Hey, Bud Viking, thanks for following my channel, and thank you so much for supporting me. I can name you as a general right now, but I hope you enjoy your stay. I haven't seen your chat even once on this channel before, but interestingly, thanks Bud Viking for following my channel. But
Phil,
how has been your day?
What do you think about our new generation would be?
Let me add Bud Viking as one of my channel first, if you don't mind. Phil? Although I think I would just call him Viking, right? Even though Viking is like a strange phrase for a name. I think I'll call him this, Budvik. The first. I think that's like a cool name that I just came out with, so let's just use that. Should be a Bud Viking the first, but we'll call him Budvik. Very interestingly. I think that works. But yeah, thanks Bud Viking again for supporting my channel for in the Twitch. Hope you enjoy your stay. And if you don't know my schedule, I often stream about 8 p.m. GMT plus 7, even though I don't have like a concrete schedule on which day I would stream, but that would be oftentimes it would be the period of hours that I'm free, so feel free to catch me on those hours then. What do you think about the new generation would be? I think the new generation, you can probably tell by the word politics, right? But you can only speculate, not really can predict on what things might be. You can predict it for sure, but future could change at any moment by some margin of surprise. So I mean, Russia is still probably from what I have seen, in a different news channel, Russia is struggling with the wars on Ukraine. So probably Russia would not be like would need to change their government a bit, and they would not. They need to put Putin down. I feel like. If they want to have a chance or for the nation to survive, or probably change their government up. But regardless, they're still trading partners with Russia and minor nations such as Vietnam. But I guess they're still trading partner with India and stuff like that. They still have partners, so to say. But we're forgetting the alligators in the room here called China, and I think in the future China could do something, but we cannot speculate much on how they would do it because they have been handling the lockdown pretty. They use the COVID pandemic lockdown as like a tool to control nations. Also, hello there, but Viking. I think you have two different channels over there, so I don't know. You might have a different YouTube channel or Twitch channel that you follow me twice at the same time, but I really appreciate that. I have no what to say rather than hope you enjoy my company because I will deliver entertainment to all of you. At least I'm trying
Phil. Know about politics about emotion of the children.
I think the children, right? Emotion of the children. I think you will need to excuse his grammars. I think he was trying to mean is that how probably the children in Africa. I don't know what children you might specifically saying to me, but in a different. I think poverty is not like a really good. It's not really like an easy solution for. There's no easy solution for poverty around the world. I mean, even for the US of A, they also struggle from poverty from time to time. Like their nations are probably. If you have look at cities like Los Angeles and stuff like that. I can't probably tell if it's Los Angeles and or stuff, but some cities have probably somewhere like Detroit. They do have a lot of.
Phil. New generation.
Well, I'm trying to explain at least. I don't know if you do mind me, Phil, but. Poverty is not like an easy solution. There's no easy solution for poverty. You do have poverty around the world, and for China, you do have poverty along with the countryside province, and you do have a lot of poverty here in Vietnam as well.
Don't know much about English.
Yeah, I mean, I do. My condolences, Phil, but I'm not that great either. But I'm trying my best to communicate with you all. But yeah, that's. I'm just gonna answer with what I feel the most, honestly. But yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. This like poverty is not like an easier. There's no easy solution to poverty, and there's different charity and stuff like that. But oftentimes, I think a lot of people don't even trust some charity organization unless they they need to research more. If you truly want to donate to our charity, you need to research a bit more about the organization to figure out if it's like a scam or not. Because some charity turns out to be a scam, but. That's I think I can recall that's like a prominent poverty group. I mean that's like a
the Bud Viking.
Prominent. Hey,
just
Bud
woke
Viking.
up not too long ago. Ate some breakfast and such.
I think you're not really a new viewer, right? So my apologies that I haven't noticed you before on my channel. But you just follow me, so I figured out that you were new and stuff like that. But yeah, other topic at hand, poverty alleviation. With my Vietnamese nation, I mean, there's also a group called. I think it's pretty legitimate that you should donate to them. But
let's change the topic.
well, I could discuss whatever, but I would just put it out. I would just put it like a. I think I would just answer with your. I just give an answer, like my honest answer, right? But I would try my best to not offend anyone. I'll try my best to not offend anyone if it's like a risk question. But you know what I mean. I'm just answering. I'm just gonna share my experience with you also. But if you're asking some kind of question like that, it would be feel similar that you would ask question like what's the meaning of life, but we don't really know the answer. Like what is the solution to poverty? But I mean, a lot of poverty are still out there in the world, and you don't have the privilege. I mean, I live in a privileged family, I would say, even though it's like a middle income family. But I do say I have some privilege apart from different people. So if you have a strong feeling about poverty, maybe you should try to find like a charity group to try to donate to alleviate the poverty.
Phil. I mean Ottoman.
Ottoman. If you do want to discuss about how the children of Ottoman in the Ottoman era would be like, well, let's just say there wasn't any clean history. I mean, no offense to any terms that I'm discussing with you like this, but the Ottoman used to have a child slavery in a terms that I don't think if it's biased, because the European used to describe the Ottomans as such, but they used to have a little bit of a. As you can see, they have a pasha. They have pasha that are assigned to a different state, and pasha has like each pasha would have a quota. I feel like quota, right? That they would recruit that they would have different stuff like recruiting janissaries and stuff. And if you don't know, janissaries used to be like a unit of the Ottoman army, and they mainly consist of different slavery tribes, like different Europeans, different peoples, different European peoples, or different peoples that are not really just Sunni Islam. They would use them to be their substitute soldiers. So it's the way that it's like a way to boost their manpower up. If you join the Janissaries as like a non-Muslim, and you are willing to convert, I think your family could get guaranteed and stuff like that. So it gives them an incentive to join, but it will most oftenly just take the child out the whole family and leave the family alone. It's like a way for the Ottoman to take your family members away. And I think I would still need to research more about Janissaries, but that's all I know. Is how they exploit the child, like how they will take away your child because they're not because their family happens to be a non-Muslim. That's all I'm gonna say about the Ottomans, the child in the children in the Ottomans era. I think I answered that question well enough. You think, Phil?
Phil. Do you nuke Hiroshima and Nagasaki was good choice?
I think interesting question, Phil. But I think it depends on the context you want to know if a nation is bad enough for a country to justify, like a country like United States to justify a nuclear explosion on their land. But the Japanese used to I don't think was. I don't think. I mean, we all know the crime of the Japanese that used to do, right? They conquer the whole Indonesian peninsula, conquer the whole Southeast Asian country up, and they just focus on the short-term gain. Honestly, they just stab the peoples to death and steal the peoples of their income. In the way, they used to station around Vietnam. If you don't know, like the Japanese used to commit a lot of atrocities in many different nations along with that Vietnam. So they established a lot of plantation, and they don't really let the people grow their crops like rice and stuff like that to sustain their population. So a lot of the crime involves with them just starve the nations out of their income, and they would just harness all the nation's resource. So it's a crime against humanity that the Japanese have done, and there's a lot of about Japanese in World War II as well. I would like to tell you, because they used to invade. They used to invade even India, and they would because they don't really have a good of a supply from Tokyo to India. They don't really have a good supply route. So the real soldiers over there got some kind of doctrine to for self-sustaining, to self-sustain their armies. So it's like a colony, right? For the soldiers that established their camp in Indian territory, they would establish some kind of colony, and they would need to subsidize their own food by have some self-sustainabilization by growing their crops and stuff like that. But even so, they couldn't fulfill their supplies, and soldiers in India used to Japanese soldiers in India used to resort to cannibalization, and it's like a hideous thing that the Japanese have done, even to the American soldiers as well, with the battles upon many different islands, and the battles of the Philippines. There used to be a lot of cannibalization amongst the Japanese ranks, and you can see how the Japanese, how the word used to be discussed with the Japanese. As one certain man said, "I will never forgive the Japanese," as certain one American said. But the crime that Japanese have done, and their whole crime is that they used to rape. There used to be a battle called the Rape of Nanjing. That used to be the most popular battle. Used to be a genocide with the Japanese among the Chinese people. They came into Nanjing, and it's not even a massacre anymore. It's a rape of Nanjing. But I digress. You might want to watch a little bit more about the battles of Nanjing. And they used to have a prison center called Units 900 or something like that. But in that prison, the Japanese used to have a lot of inhumane experiment, like solve the experiment, even infect people and stuff like that. So you might want to say that the nuke were justified, even though there used to be a plan. The U.S. used to have a plan that would nuke someplace else instead. I don't know. I cannot recall what province it would be, but they used to have a plan to nuke somewhere else instead of the urban area. They would nuke somewhere where like an industrial region. They used to have a plan to nuke some industrial region instead, but there was a change of plan. There was a change of plan in that specific time, because the clouds it was cloudy, and the U.S. wasn't accounted that. They didn't account that the weather was cloudy, so they have to avoid that specific industrial region, and they went towards Hiroshima and Nagasaki instead, and probably a lot of people would feel disgusted by the nukes dropping upon that urban region. But I will say, that made the Japanese, even though that nukes right there didn't really make the Japanese surrender, but I think the emperor in that time, I mean the people didn't feel like surrender, and they keep strengthening their front line, even though that nuke kind of happened, but they still keep strengthening their front line over here in Asia region. Sorry. But after that, the emperor's surrender instead, so the people have to follow the emperor's will, and so they surrender to the American force. Probably he wouldn't like to have more bloodshed, and the US were winning, and they cannot stop that. They cannot stop the bloodshed from happening too much, but they would have to stop their war progress. That's all. To answer that simple question, Phil, I would have to go over through the entire Japanese military history, if you don't mind. But that's my take on it. How the nuke and Hiroshima and Nagasaki wasn't really justifiable, but it was a necessary thing to do. It was fun discussing that, by the way. I don't think I mind it that much. But my take is still my take. But feel free to have your own. Feel free to know what your hearts might decide. You might have a different opinion from me, and I would like to still respect that. It seems like a random event here called Cabinet of Curiosities. Although I have went through with this random event before,
Phil.
but I will spell it out for you.
Creations of the nuke was bad for humanity.
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. You can thank Einstein for that, but I guess I will go through with this event now. The exploration of the new lands and the opening of trade with distant nations has brought all manners of curious objects and to our shores. It has become fashionable to gather collections of these often bizarre items and display them alongside more mundane treasures such as portrait and religious icon. There's a fantastic, collection and probably all these oddities and stuff like that. Strange or mythical animals, artifacts from unknown cultures, rare minerals, and brightly colors shell from foreign shores. We do have a lot of seashells in Vietnam, but I digress. These cabinet exhibits are visited not only by curious aristocrats but nationalists, of course, blah 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 blah, whatever. But we'll gain some innovativeness out of that by some spend of money. I do have a lot of money right now, so I might consider that. We still need to push that innovativeness up, and we'll get a yearly prestige as well, or we'll get a free temple. But no, I think this is a way better option. On with the innovativeness, Even though what is up with this institution right here is not spreading. I might want to force develop it at some point. Even force develop it, like just force each province to have a printing press up, I think. We'll wait until we have enough points anyway. It's been October, so I will wait for just 1 more month before we call the end of the war. Where's my transport fleet? Still transporting. But I will need to call it on there. It seems like there's some occupation here and there, but it's by design. How else would I put it? Yeah, the nuke was bad, but I guess it's like an inevitable progress of humanity to develop some kind of weapons like that. And if you thought the nuke was bad, you have to consider stuff like hydrogen bomb and
Phil. Like Oppenheimer says creations of the nuke was for the kill civilian.
What Oppenheimer, you say, right? I see. I might want to look at his profile more if he's like a prominent figure, but yeah. I think most of the people understand how nukes are bad for society. I mean, there wasn't any nuke sympathizers, I don't think so, in our society, but it's like inevitable in a way. But if you think nuke was bad, you have to consider things like a hydrogen bomb or a nitrogen bomb kind of exist. I don't know what's the word for them. There was a bomb that was really disgusting. That will be stronger than the nuke in the future. But it's like humanity don't stop at figure out a way to destroy ourselves, but at least those weapons haven't got used by its utility much. Like you see those kind of weapon developed, but you haven't seen humanity use those much. But mostly they just test on a testing site and stuff like that. But I digress. It might be bad, but it's often inevitable, and we will have to live with that. I think it's like a way that I oftentimes I feel really I feel really strong that we should invest our money into develop a space program so we could escape Earth, and we will establish somewhere new, so we could avoid that one time the Earth might be destroyed by our own insolence. And I think you have no choice but to Elon Musk would have like a good progress on that, or NASA in the future. I don't know if Russia still has like a space program, but even the Chinese are also having their own space program, so you might see something coming from them in the future. But I cannot tell which, because you might still need to look out on that. Drunken Explorer, one of our seems like a really obvious negative event. Of course, one of our expedition member, our explorer of our pupil, have managed to get himself into a dreadfully embarrassed situation where he often estimated our own capability. It seems like he also went over on Rio de Plata.
Phil.
Interesting.
Like Cuba crisis.
Yeah, I mean, the so well-known Cuba crisis has always been known by everyone. Estimated, whatever, disgusting details won't make it into this report, but he was sick as a pig for a long time. The natives thought it fun, but looking at his misery. Sorry. Also, incidentally, it seems like the maps right here also display a map of Latin South America, and which is the region that our explorer is exploring right now. Interestingly, our capability of discussing detail, blah blah blah. This event has reached the ears of a high societies. Fruity liquor, did you bring some back? So just some random negative event, whatever. But yeah, Cuba crisis, I can see why that's the case. And hello there, Rapsnat and Size Girl from coming to my channel. Hope you enjoy your stay. If you have as you can see, we do often have interesting topics to discuss on this channel, even though it might be a sensitive, but I would try my best to make it not so. But feel free to banter on more on my channel because of that reason. We do oftentimes enjoy our company just to discuss whatever. It's like a place for us to hang out. But yeah, the Cuba crisis. Yeah, the Cuba crisis was something. Well, to the detriment of all people, I guess I guess America kind of allowed that the Soviet influence to have in their borders, but right now they also influence Ukraine. But that's also a different political aspect out of it, so I wouldn't say which side is wrong or which side is right. But you know, so I will avoid talking about that side of the politics altogether because you don't know which side is wrong and which side is right, and discuss about things like that will just divide our people. So I will avoid talking about all of that altogether, but I will just talk about the sociology aspect to you all, or what I understand about historical. I mean, historically, we do find a lot of nations heretics or heathens because how we feel disgust towards their nations, and how we feel our nation should be superior and have an influence toward their nation. But it seems like I have enough influence to annex one of my neighbors, so to say. So we'll enjoy their companies in the future. We're just expanding our borders up, trying to form like an O letter over here. We are kind of encompassing Lansang over here, so to say. I think our real world is more nuanced than black and white. So I don't know if you can call one side wrong and one side is right. But well, in my opinion, I do know which side are wrong and which side are right in my case. But all the time, it's not really black and white. And so
talk about John F. Kennedy.
He was assassinated, right? Kennedy was like a president in that era. Although I'm surprised that you were Malaysia and you do know that side of U.S. politics pretty well. So I feel really surprised. But I don't know that much about John F. Kennedy decided he got assassinated. But well, I don't really know American history that well, aside from some president. But I digress. But with society like US, you would understand like the people more than the presidents, because each president don't really establish themselves well because they only have like limited terms and stuff like that. So they don't really get memorized as like a person, well, unless if it's like a based Teddy Roosevelt. But I digress. Teddy Roosevelt was like a person that I know best. But apart from that, you're telling me you're from Malaysia, right, Phil? Can you talk about your nation's history, because I don't really know that well. You know, apart from the Malayan region used to be conquered by so many different nations, right? And the modern state of Malaysia was like established by the Dutch and the English when they. I don't know if that could be offensive to you, but that's how the modern Malaysian history come to be, like influenced by the Dutch and the British as like their protectorate and stuff like that. I only understand it like that, so you might want to let me know about Malaysian history instead. If you don't mind me asking, that is. I do again some of their troops, so I will just reinforce them on my border. Don't take my words for granted, though. I don't think there's a lot of aspect that makes a lot of people have some sort of a parasocial relationship with the streamer, but don't think of me as like your friend and stuff. I'm just a stranger on the internet, both you and I. But you know, strangers can discuss things with each other, and I find it really beautiful that way, that we have like an era of digitalization that we can discuss about world peace together like this. But don't take my word for granted.
We kick ducks with help British.
Oh, you kicked the Dutch out. I see. Yeah, from what I've understand, the Dutch, from what I've understand, the Dutch is does have a
Phil,
their colony.
because ducks take Malacca.
Yeah, I see. But well, simply you say simply it like that. But yeah, from what I have to understand, the Dutch colony were focused more on short-term gain instead of long-term gain. So it's no surprise that they got kicked out by another colonizer. Or probably you are more sentiment with the British. I'm curious on that. Or do you not feel sentimental with the British, or you would just want independence, so you would ask for the British help? And that's my simple question for you. Because not really all the different what is this? This like a fleet? Well, I need to retreat them somewhere at least. But it's not like a lot of colonizers are not being sympathized towards, because if you look at Indochina and how Vietnam used to be a French protectorate, there used to be a lot of plantation, and they extracted our resources such as plantation for rubbers and stuff like that, and it kind of spiraled out of control and kind of create some sort of a socialist government in Vietnam. But I digress. But yeah, probably the French learned their lesson on stuff like that. But I would say they did not do all bad, but they also built infrastructures and help with stuff like infrastructure and help industrializing Vietnam and stuff like that out. So they did some bad, they did some good, but it was an error. It was an error in the past. But we cannot do anything but learn from that, going forward, at least. I'm not really like a philosophical channel, but I will discuss more on things like history. I will just avoid talking about I think I will mostly avoid talking about current politics, because it often volatiles in today's era.
How I tell this.
But yeah, history is like a topic that I can get behind too, because it's in the past, and people wouldn't feel that embarrassed talking about it. But yeah, how do you feel about your nations were being under British influence? Or was it an influence, or did they strip you out of your resource and stuff like that? I would like to know more. Seems like Japanese just revoke guarantee against NIF. I don't know why they even guarantee against NIF in the first place, but interesting, because NIF kind of ally Ming, so they could have a strong alliance. Even though if I invade Ming, they would come to their aid. Sorry. But yeah, I don't know if about the Bud Viking. But Vic, as I called him as one of my channel, is still listening. But I would like to learn more on your side of history. Are you from Scandinavia as a Viking, or it's just one of your role play, or you're from somewhere else? Please let me know. Or any viewers in the chat, you can have a chat with me about your culture's history. I think it's an interesting topic as long as it's civilized. I think with history there's a problem of it being political as well, and you don't want to upset those kind of people, so you might want to put your vote as lightly as possible. But wait. I I think there's some weirdos. I think in politics there might be some weirdo that would deny the Holodomor massacre or Holodomor or there used to be something called Nạn Đói in Vietnam, which starved 1 million pupils because of Japanese occupation. But well, apart from that, there's also different atrocities committed here and there. Some even committed by USA. In a matter of fact, I don't think it's like a larger scale compared to different empires. But if you're talking about the atrocities in World War II, you would have to account the Japanese and the German for the most amount of kills. I mean, after World War II, you also have Mao Zedong. Oh, God damn it, mosquito. After World War II, you also have Mao Zedong in a different era. I think my camera still works fine, right? Because I'm facing my posture. I think I'm curious to know why. Oh shit, God damn it. Yeah. I digress. Also, I forgot what I was about to say, but whatever. Like the Holodomor was committed in Ukraine, and what kind of atrocity was there? The rape of Nanjing, the different kind of atrocity in World War II. Probably an atrocity is being committed right now. Well, the US used to commit atrocity against Iraq, I would say, right? In a sense, they thought their cultures are superior and peoples would adopt their liberal way of life, but instead they destroyed the civilian a little bit. Like you can see the Desert Storm operation against Baghdad. Although I do know the names of different historical period, but I don't. If we are talking about mostly the details, I cannot say that I would be accurate for most of the time. So you don't need to take my word for granted. I'm still you. I'm still one of you. I don't really know that much, so I need to discover more things. Oh yeah, it's January. Fuck. Sorry. I kind of miss ending the war because I was talking to you. I forgot that I should end the war. Sorry about that. But I need to renew my save.
Phil. So first thing British didn't was Malayo in farmland, China in city, and India I do know much.
So what you're saying, Phil, is like the British took Malaya and their farmland, and you don't know much about India and China. I get you. So probably they used the Malayan's farmland. Am I correct? Yeah. Sorry about that. But what I need to do right now is peace deal with them. Hello, there we go. Gonna ask them for money. Take all of their land beside this. Gonna get some war reparation.
Phil. Their culture split.
Culture split. I see. So the Malaccan region were culturally diverse, right? So there might be some kind of what the British have done in India. There used to be a caste system, and India used to have a caste system in their society. I don't know if they still have it. Probably they still have it, but in a smaller scale. But they used to have a caste system, and the British used to invade India, and they just follow the caste system up. And as people would often joke, is that the I don't know, it was Queen Elizabeth, but the Queen used to rule over Britain, which the British Raj was their protectorate, but they don't really pay enough attention to them, so they just gonna. She kind of declared themselves the Emperor of India, but without her being Indian. So it's like a crazy thing that the British colonizer did. It's like they use a caste system to the extreme. So they could implement some kind of caste system like that in Malacca. But I digress. I don't know that much about Malaccan history. So, but according to your word, it seems like some sort of a caste system. I will revoke the coin Brunei here in Samarinda, I think. I don't need to take much of their land. War reparation. We don't need to release nation. I don't think so. Maybe take one less land, like over here, or over here. I mean, the border will look still weird, but maybe we'll leave this one alone, because no one can get access to that anyways. Maybe I'll leave this one alone, I think. I'll leave that one alone. But that's it. I don't think there would be a border goals,
Phil.
At least in the future.
Malacca is no more when ducks take Malacca.
Yeah, the Dutch can focus on short-term gain, but I think a lot of from what I've watched, like a different historical channel and stuff like that, they don't really cover the atrocity that was done by the Dutch. I think they focus on short-term gain, but I haven't seen much atrocity covered by different YouTube channels, so I might need to watch more on that. But as you can probably tell, my nation never was under
Phil.
Dutch influence.
New empire was Johor.
I see the Johor Empire. So yeah, they used to be a player, but not anymore in my playthrough. But the Johor probably was I don't know if it was a British protectorate. From what I am assuming, according to your word, Phil. Are they a British protectorate, or are they like an independent nation? I think I will do this deal. Thank you so much. Dai Viet Borneo is now like a property, and I will integrate them just soon enough. And it seems like our civil war might happen in next month, and let's see what might happen then. I don't think much will happen, but we'll see if it's like a special sort of thing. And we'll need to take a little bit of nerve as we are playing Vietnamese as well, because for some reason the printing press is not spreading around. For some reason, maybe I need to discover more on the European continent before I can make it like a thing. Maybe just ask them politely to spread the printing press for me. You can see the institution map mode, right? I think printing press is kind of spreading through the Mamluk. I just have it here without it even spreading, so it feels kind of bad to me. Even so, for some reason, my nation's Lansang over here also cannot spread Renaissance all by themselves, because for some reason they can spread Renaissance Even though I do have renaissance like next to their borders, right? But it doesn't seem to spread to their borders, so it might be a bug or it might be not. If anyone know what might cause this, please let me know. Oh yeah, I've went to a cycle before, so I don't know. The message could the welcome message could clog up my chat window, but let me know if it's like a good idea or I should keep something like that. So I would start some engagement right away, or it was like a nuisance for you and I would need to abolish it. Do let me know what you think. Sorry. With the caravels who is still stationing out there. For I have done the whole peace deal, so I will now focus on establishing more tributaries.
Phil.
Or I could vassalize them.
British came and talk all king in Malaya region to be friends, but they take land and pay taxes more.
Yeah, so it seems like it's one thing that's similar to that happened. Something
Phil.
that's similar that happened to India as well.
I think.
Yeah, you think, right? But I will take your word for. I will take your word, Phil. I think I will take your word because you're Malaysian. But yeah, it seems like a similar thing kind of happened to India. Even though in India it should be a larger scale, so people would know more about Indian history. But the British Empire used to establish friendly relationship with the Indian, probably through the slave trade. So they establish a friendly relationship with the Indian kingdom, and they slowly integrate them because they, with their colonialist tendencies, they establish a lot of companies, and those companies will act on their own interests. So they conquer some of the Indian nations up, and it was seems to be to me that a similar thing can happen in the Malaccan Strait, So you can say. History happens. History often reoccurs, and so it's not like your nation history is a little bit less well known, but it's still a similar thing to what has happened in a different nation's history. Yeah, you could see a pattern. As you can probably tell, you could see a pattern with the British Empire, right? Well, if you're talking about the British in Australia, probably they would integrate the natives there instead. They will integrate with the British Protectorate. But they also use one of the island over here called Prison Island. Not Prison Island, but if I recall, it was like they used to call it something Island. Let's just say it's something Island, but they used to deport people there. If they happen to be prisoners, they used to deport them to Prison Island and trying to establish them as a colony, as a separate colony. That's all I know. The Evic Island, something called Evic Island or something like that. So you can see it's like a pattern on what happened, to different nations. That's like a pattern that you can see. And maybe I will establish a tributary instead of vassalizing him. So I will just establish tributary. I could use their manpower.
Phil. So our hero of the state rise to get independent, but failed.
I think if you put it like that, Phil, it's like how Vietnamese was under Chinese influence. So we do have a few different figures that rise up against the Chinese occupation. So one such figure was the Jing sister, or
Phil,
later on you would have different
there
figures
are many
like
hero in our
Lê Lợi or
country,
Lý Thường
but
Kiệt.
failed.
Yeah, over here in Vietnam, we also have different historical figures like the Jing sister rising against the Chinese occupation. But in a way, you will see well, with the French history, with the French occupation in Indochina as well, there are many prominent figures like Nguyễn Ái Quốc, or as you can or probably tell is the Uncle's Ho. He's like an Uncle's Ho, or there was some. There was Phan Bội Châu as well, but he's in a different party. It used to be called probably the Democratic Nationalist Party. He used to be in that party. Phan Bội Châu, he used to lead that party, but he was a rebel against the French protectorate as well. So different rebellions here and there, but some of them success, some of them don't. Like the Tayson Rebellion used to be a thing. Some of those were successful, some of them were not, but I digress. I think history is like a tool to make people feel more proud about their country, but I do have different analogies for it. But for I think one example is this. If I mean, Vietnam right now also do have some business deal with America, and the US used to be Vietnamese enemies, but not anymore, as you can probably tell. And a lot of our Americans do wonder why Vietnam wouldn't. Americans do have a lot of I think for Americans and a lot of Western nations do have a lot of. Hi, Os, how do I pronounce your name? Os Kefeda, welcome to my channel. Hope you enjoy your stay over here. But as I was discussing in terms of our diplomacy, right? You still need to please and not talk about your nation history that much, because it might offend some people. So you might want to keep it a little bit quiet. We're just gonna discuss most thing about how the ethical aspect of it, and people would.
What WW2 end communist was rise our country until 1966, I think.
I think the communists kind of rise in a lot of countries before, Phil. If you can tell, there was Cuba, and there was Spain. There was the Spanish Civil War. But a lot of different communist countries rise up, and a lot of insurgents rise up, and some of them succeed, like how the Socialist Party were like a dominant force in Vietnam, but it evolves to be something rather than socialism in the future. But the communists were like everywhere, and you can say that I think socialism was something that evolved from classical communism, but I digress. But socialism should have some communist values, but they don't really talk about the. They don't really think that the state owns everything, and to some aspect the state still owns some of it, but not everything. But they don't really talk about how land redistribute and stuff like that should be a thing anymore. But socialist values, as you can say, a lot of countries do use socialist in the name, but technically they are not anymore, or they would use some sort of excuse for them to be a quote-unquote democratic republic, but they are not really. But if it's about ideologies, there might be a lot of clash. There might be a lot of clash between different argument points. As I was saying, whatever. I think that topic is done for now. I think that topic is quite done for now. I think has been beaten by me like a dead horse. Rewarding loyalty, we'll send our finest gift to them. That's a lot of money. Or we'll lose some legitimacy, which I cannot afford, I feel like. But that money would just get into them, I feel like. Do they have a lot of money? The Hmong people here. They don't have much money, but send all the money to them. For some reason, by some random events, we will send all the money to them. But I don't mind it that much. If you check on their nation now, they should have more money than they can handle, even though not much. I do see that money got risen up, but not much. So where did all that
Phil,
money go in? I would say.
We get our independence in
probably they pay off their debt.
1957, but Sarawak and Sabah, we don't get in until September 16th.
I see. So 1957. I see, right? But there was some communists that rise up in 1966. So after your independence, there was some civil war, probably. So, but interesting. I'm learning more about your nation's history. The Sarawak and Sabah get independence in 1957. Sarawak and Sabah don't get it until probably you're talking about a different region, right? I see. So not just 9 years later you have some communist uprising and stuff like that. You probably after that your nation just follow your Republican values, right? You would be a Republican nation instead, and then you have your parliament that represent a lot of different side of the politics. Even though it's often volatile, and you kind of mentioned to me before that you would like to avoid talking about your politics in general, and I do understand that. Probably will station a troop like this, although I need to find where my there it is, but need to go there first. We will establish tributaries like so. I think it would be fine because I have influence idea. But I would demand them of manpower instead. I do have enough money. So a lot of tributaries that you can tell, and tributary don't really take a slot on your diplomatic relation, and it's really good to do so if you have a influence idea. I think it's a little bit broken. To have that many tributaries. If you hover over my nation, these are all my tributaries, as you can probably tell. There must be like about 10 nations that join me as my tributaries. Oftentimes it's just small states, but you also have the Hmongs here that is pretty big. Can I establish tributary against them? Probably not. How about this dude? And they're my ally. This guy is my tributary. It seems like there's some really nice border going on over here in the Java. I mean, the Tondwana is allying the Vagina Empire, but even though they could have some border dispute here in the future, I cannot tell. But let's check their opinion. It's still high, so probably they wouldn't get into that much conflict. So I guess we will stay with this kind of border war, and it would not go away anytime soon. Maybe I can establish tributary or not. I need to attack them, I feel like.
We have Sultan or King in the state will be elected for years, but no Sarawak and Sabah because they don't have Sultan or King.
So what kind of government are the Sabah and the Sarawak was? What do you think? What their government would be? I mean, what were their government? Sorry, excuse my English, but what were their government? Because they don't have really don't have a king or a sultan, right? So, do they have a electorate or monarchy, or do they have like are they a republic? Or can you explain to me more about them? I think this looks like a really nice snack, but they also are like Bengal. I could invade the Bengal again, but well, what more can you take from Bengal, honestly? And I do have one small tributary state who's still a thing over here. They don't have any liberty desire, so I'll just leave him be. Johor is here, one province minor, I feel like. But they used to be big, you know. I guess I would just finish the deal. Maybe I'll leave my vassals to it. I think because they are one province minor, and they don't have any allies, so I will just finish them up. So I need to do something
Phil.
first.
We like republic, but have king.
So in a way, I think it feels like Cambodia. Cambodia used to fall into a civil war, as you can tell. And after that, the Khmer Rouge kind of took over the country. But I digress. But there used to be an anti-American sentiment, but the king used to subjugate to the Americans. So I don't think there was a pro republic sentiment, but it was like a reason that the Cambodian. It's like a reason that Cambodia right now is still a monarchy instead of being a republic, because republic was pro-Americans, the Republican side. But American used to bomb the shit out of Cambodia because the king kind of allowed them to do that. So in a sense, he was like a puppet of America. But I think Cambodia politics is kind of Cambodian politics is kind of volatile. I've watched film about Khmer Rouge before, so this is like my hypothesis anyway. So yeah, the Khmer Rouge was like forced to be dealt with, right? Even though they got supported by the Vietnamese socialists at first. They used to get supported by Vietnamese socialists, and the whole bombing of America kind of made the people angry, and they kind of supported the Khmer Rouge that way. And never did they know the Khmer Rouge. Even the Vietnamese don't know that Khmer Rouge could turn to be that kind of a force, you know. It's like that nation is basically a Nazi Germany, but against the intellectual instead. But it was funny, and in the end, the Vietnam had to intervene because the Khmer Rouge kind of strike the Vietnamese border for some ridiculous reason. They kind of have some border dispute with Vietnam, and they kind of destroyed the village and killed 5,000 people, and so Vietnamese acted. Vietnam kind of acted along with that period was the Sino-Vietnamese War, by the way. So it was like a war in two fronts against both Cambodia and China at the same time, and we somehow won. Because I guess we do have a history of a militaristic approach. So, you know, Vietnamese won and stuff like that, and well, we did establish some kind of puppet government afterward in Cambodia, but after that, after 10 years, we will leave them alone, stuff like that, and Cambodia is like their own nations now, and they still remain a monarchy after that whole ordeal. And I guess they kind of have a negative experience to all the different government type, right?
Phil,
So it's like a fun
our
it's like
king
a
don't
fun
really
history.
have much power in politics, but the government does.
Yeah, so I think it's like comparable to the British government, right? I mean, the British have a Senate and they have a Prime Minister, but they also still have a monarchy. But she's pretty much represent the people, not really represent the government. So it's like probably Thailand is still a monarchy and they still act that way. Or the Cambodia. I think similar thing could be said about Cambodia. Probably they have a parliament, but I haven't researched more on that yet. After the whole ordeal, I think their government structure could change a little bit, so I'm not pretty sure on that. But feel free to discuss with me more. I think I really enjoy it. What else? Oh yeah, I need to break alliance. Yeah. Need to break alliance by using favor, and they will accept, so I will do that. Korea is no longer alive with Ming, and it should be that way. Or maybe you can join my war against Ming. Hello. I do have a lot of call on them because I do have a mission. So I gotta call Shaki in. I don't have enough favor with them, I think. Yeah, I don't have enough favor with all of them. Japan will not join because they have debt. Korea will not join because I don't have favor and choose with Ming, okay. And some attitude. Probably will counter Korea now, but they are not really a threat after that. But it seems like Jarai will also
Phil,
join the Ming, even though they're my tributary.
if election results are same or conspiracy, the king will decide who be prime minister.
Interesting. So you're talking about Malaysia right now, right? You're talking about Malaysia right now. So they're like a republic, but still have kings. But yeah, obviously your nation is still republic in that sense, not really a monarchy, right? But if your election and result are the same, or conspiracy, so yeah, the king will decide on if the election is tied, right? So it seems to me that it's like that. Well, it does sounds fair to me, but it's interesting to know for sure. I appreciate that you let me know some stuff like that, Phil. Really opened my eyes a little bit. Yeah, I mean the OG will join, or the Japanese could join, but do we declare the war now, or what do you think? Maybe I will gather more favors with them. The Third One is busy with their war, so maybe I will wait for them. In the meantime, I feel like I'll just occupy Johor. If you don't mind, Phil, because maybe you're related to them, right? But well, Johor must come and go. They don't even have any ally for some reason. They just were managed with Bengal now. they seem to even break the ally with Bengali for some reason. But yeah, it's probably over for them. So some of the wars around here. Just some small Islamic tribe then. But it seems like Iran right now. It's like the Balkan, the Balkan region, right? It seems like Iran got Balkanized. Oh, it seems like Afghanistan is now Khwaja Malikate instead. They call themselves with their dynasty name. So that's something. I mean, it's still technically Afghanistan, but I digress.
Phil. Some states have king, but they don't have power. The power was our young Dai Perchua Agung has power.
It sounds a bit ridiculous if every state have a king, Phil.
How I put this?
I might understand this right. Do every state of you have a king? Or do they self-proclaim a king, by the way? Please let me know. Because, you said it to me before that you wouldn't discuss with me about Malaysian politics, right? But it does seems interesting. Interesting in a sense that it's pretty complicated. Very confusing to understand indeed. While in Vietnam right now we just a civil war, okay. So we'll see how this goes then. Let's see. Dai Viet pretend the rebels have risen in this province, okay. Civil war. Our king's continuous scheming and plotting has infuriated the nobles and made him some powerful enemies among the aristocracy. Nothing have come to a head as whispers and rumors or plots to end his misrule have turned. You can say it's not a misrule, but well, considering that my legitimacy was low, considering it's like that, so people have the wrong idea, but a misrule indeed have turned into a reality. One of Dao Dang Soing, I cannot recall, but Dao Dang Soing, one of the king's harshest critics among the nobles, have gathered an army around him, and he's openly challenging his rule of the country. So I guess there will be confusion and they will gain some local autonomy. Will lose some prestige, but prestige that always comes. Prestige always comes, you know. But we'll crush them indeed. I guess it's occupied instantly. For some reason there's still a siege there. Huh. But we'll just move our trooper to repel this threat. Let's try it. We'll check on the civil war disaster as well.
Phil. So British make deal with king in Malaya region like Johor, Selangor, Kedah, Kelantan, and more except Sarawak, Sabah, Labuan, Kuala Lumpur, and Wilayah Persekutuan.
So I guess it's like a side, right? So there's a side that will side with the British, and they have their deal with the British, and there's some side which are independents, and a civil war kind of happen. If I understand it correctly, Phil, probably that would be mostly Malayan history. I think it would be like that, but let me know if I'm wrong. Royal marriage, I will deny that. Let's check civil war. The spawn rebels are not defender, and we need to have our legitimacy to at least 90. I guess I could ally the Japanese, and I could royal marriage them.
Because Labuan, Kuala Lumpur, and Wilayah was government state.
Government state. I don't really understand how what kind of government state was it? Well, I don't really get your word, but feel free to explain more to me. Check civil war here, national unrest. So we might need to check a little bit on our unrest, right? It's just everywhere now. We'll give them some freedom. Some autonomy at least. While we are calling their lands up. I think it's fine, it's fine. We have already made enough money as it is. This still can be a 2 just fine. I think it's fine. There we go. But yeah, Civil War, I need to see if I can stop this. Let me just pull some troop over there on the Javan pretender rebels. I mean, it's just 10k. What else can they do? But maybe we'll do one more expansion. Hey, Max Singer, welcome to my channel. Hope you enjoy your stay. I don't really get how you describe them as a government state, or you know. Sorry about that. I don't really get the meaning of that.
Phil. The created by government for economy, the government work like Washington, D.C.
So it's just government in general, probably.
And New York.
But what government where it belong to? That's my question. Like it could belong to a different nation, or it could be their own entity, or like a Greater Malayan Confederacy. Not really Confederacy, but you know, alliance, right? It could be something like that. I don't know. Or is it like a what nation was behind the government state? Is my question. I don't know. I really know how to put it. Because you know, there's still a different state that follows the British, right? So you are saying those government states were like a different entity. Declining power of nobility, whatever. We just go. We just camp at Jambi before we are gonna finish our border up. I feel like. So I need to spy on this guy. I feel like they are like with a 10-8. I can fabricate claim on them. That's all good. That's nice. I was putting spy on them, matter of fact. But we also need to sell some of this to our neighbors. Maybe I can ask them for fleet basing right like this. 0.8. We'll ask this guy. Maybe we'll just camp there when we can sell our ship. It would be something.
Phil. Kuala Lumpur, Wilayah Persekutuan, and Labuan do not exist until we get independent.
So it's like I see, so from what I understand, it's like Long Island, hello. Okay. So from what I'm understanding, so it's like so it's like Malaya kind of form after that, right? Malaya kind of form after that. So the Kuala Lumpur was like a state behind Malaya, and you know, Persecutan and stuff like that, right? So it's like an independent state apart from the British influence, and they fought for their independence after British influence those smaller kingdoms, and it feels like a civil war to me, and with the support of the British, of course, right? Kinda like that. It's kinda like that. Long Island, okay. Kaka, it's like a thing. What was it? I need to put my colonists somewhere else. Although they haven't discovered this land yet, but they're moving somewhere else. I cannot cancel that mission, no. But I want them to explore here instead. Maybe I will colonize some of the Iceland up. Maybe New Zealand. I want them to be a force. An independence force anyways. And I could probably tribute those nations and let my New Zealand colony expand somewhere else. That's my plan. Maybe I will colonize here. Just gonna send my usual colonists, I think. And we'll also send a little bit of our troops on there, where it might be the yeah, we'll finish this as well.
Phil. Kuala Lumpur was our Malaysia capital.
Yeah, so I guess after that is Kuala Lumpur. I mean, Kuala Lumpur should be the government behind it all, right? I mean, if it's the capital. So Kuala Lumpur, but you do call your name, but do you call your nation Kuala Lumpur after that, or do you unite all the regions at once and call it in a different name, like how the capital of Vietnam was Hanoi, but we don't call our nations Hanoi, right? We call our nations Vietnam, and it has always been there has always been an identity, like how earlier on we called Vietnam. The capital was in Hoa Lu, so it tends to change capital according to the region. But Vietnam used to be called Dai Viet before it turned into Dai Viet, and it turned into Dai Nam, and then Vietnam. So according to different era, there are like different names for countries. So do you call your country Kuala Lumpur or with a different name? Like after that, or maybe a Malaya, or what do you call? Oh, it seems like my game just got crashed.
Phil.
Unfortunately.
Until Kuala Lumpur was not got to government state, so changed to Wilayah Persekutuan.
I don't want to end the stream now. I feel like I've been streaming for 3 hours, and it's like a way for the game to remind me to stop. But I guess I will stop the stream now. I mean, until next time, Phil, we'll continue with this conversation. But the game did crash for me, so I probably want to end the stream now, because reloading the game will take a bit of time, like 15 minutes. So this has been an episode. What episode was it? This has been episode 14, but it has been nice talking with you all. But for now, I will end the stream here.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, it did, Phil. We will talk about your nation history later, and I will probably research more on your nation history in the background as well. So as always, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you enjoy this type of content, because if you do something like that, YouTube would notify me that you want more of this coming from my channel. And I think I do have the different plans in my channel, but I will need to experiment if it will give me it will add something to my channel, or at least add some different flavor that you can all enjoy. But regardless, this has been me, Sui. Hope you enjoyed what I bring to you, and as usual, humanity first. Stay safe, everybody.